Hello, everyone. I am Tracy Vaughn, and this is Visit Lauderdale's virtual Play, Stay, Dine webinar series. I am joined today by my colleagues, Gabriel Martinez and Caitlin Edgefors, who you'll be hearing from shortly. And on behalf of the team, welcome to Episode 2, Season 4. And thank you all for joining us. And happy Earth Day. In honor of Earth Day 2021, today's webinar is focused on sustainability in travel. Now, I don't think I need to tell you all that Greater Fort Lauderdale's economy is largely driven by tourism, and for a good reason. People come here to experience our natural resources, our 23 miles of beaches, the Everglades, a one-of-a-kind ecosystem, our water culture, diverse neighborhoods, and our year-round glorious weather. We appreciate our tourists and consider them to be a vital part of our community. But we also know that there needs to be a balance between access to our natural resources for all and conserving and protecting them for future generations and visitors. Now, as consumers and influencers within the travel and trade industry, now is the perfect time to think about our own journeys to live and travel sustainably. And with the rebounding of leisure travel, taking an active role in sharing what we can do as travelers to positively impact the communities we visit and to help heal our planet. So today we are going to be hearing from some local organizations and industry partners who are proactive and serious about their environmental commitment and are having a positive impact in preserving our local communities throughout Greater Fort Lauderdale. As always, we will be hearing from them live and on location. So today's guest speakers include Noelia Suarez from Heal the Planet. Hi, Noelia. Melissa Alexander from Sea Turtle Oversight Protection. Hi, Melissa. Welcome. Thomas Park, the Director of Marketing and Sales at the Hilton Fort Lauderdale Beach. Hey, Thomas. And Lydia Gorzolani from the Tourism Marketing Manager of the City of Pompano Beach. And she is here with us today on behalf of Shipwreck Park. Now, before I turn this over to Caitlin and Gabe, I do just want to give a big shout out to Thomas Park and to Lydia Gorzolani for supporting a FAM that we had in this week. It was a FAM that we did in cooperation with ASTA. We had 8 advisors here. Came in Monday, they left today. It was such a wonderful feeling having people here to experience our destination live and on location for themselves. And we're looking forward to doing that with many of you too soon. So it was very, very exciting. It was great to have that energy and enthusiasm. Thomas, Lydia, thank you so much for your support always. And Thomas, what an amazing send-off they had last night. Beautiful, beautiful. Looking out over that, what we're looking at right here on this screen, that ocean. So it was absolutely fabulous. All right, so I do want to remind everybody that this episode is being recorded and can be found at sunny.org/travel-trade, along with all our episodes from our other 3 seasons. And so with that, I want to thank you again for joining us. I want you to enjoy this. It's going to be very interesting. And now, Caitlin, I think you're out with some housekeeping notes.
Yes, thank you, Tracy. Just to keep it quick here, we want to have a couple of reminders. Our panelists can turn off their cameras now. Part of the success of our webinar series here with Visit Lauderdale is that we focus on our panelists being on site in location. So we encourage everyone to play around a little bit with their screen. And as you can see here in this image on the screen here, there's a line at the top there, that kind of white line above the virtual webinars below the pictures there. You can pull that down, you can toggle it with your mouse, pull it down, move it up a little bit. If you pull it down, you can focus on the image versus the PowerPoint there. We do have some PowerPoint information there, and we can guide us along in this presentation, but we certainly want the panelists to be the main focus for today. You also have a a menu bar at the top where it says webcams, everyone, things like that. And we encourage you to view who's talking to make sure that you are, once again, focused on the panelists there. If you do have any questions throughout the webinar, we encourage you to write that in the questions area or chat. You can chat there amongst yourselves in the question panel, not the chat. We will do a question and answer section all the way at the end. We encourage you to stay all the way through our session today because we have lots of great information. We have some polls to keep you engaged. And then, of course, we have some great prizes at the end. And last but not least, we do have some handouts. So for those of you who are tuning in live today, if you're live right now with us, not on the recorded session, you can pull down the handouts. We have 3 handouts today that we encourage you to download right now. Keep those handy. We do have Heal the Planet, for example, today. We'll be referring to their JPEG, to that downloadable item there today. So keep those handy. And I think that's it for me right now. I'm going to turn off my mic and pass it on over to Gabe.
Thank you, Caitlin. And happy Earth Day, everyone. Let's start with this poll. As you know, if you've been with us before, we like to know what you're thinking, what you're hearing. You have your finger on the pulse. You know your clients better than we do. So let's get a sense for what your clients are telling you. Do you think that their interest, their level of awareness in matters of sustainability has decreased, remained the same, or increased in recent years? If you could participate on the poll, we appreciate it. We'll see the results here in a few seconds. Polls are always anonymous, remember that. So we don't know what we don't know who's voting what, and just let us know. And let's see. So definitely mostly increasing. So that's great. That means that awareness is growing, not just at our industry level, but at the consumer level. So we are all working together. And I hope we can talk about that a little bit because we have some great county partners, private properties, and we have some non-for-profit organizations. And we are going to talk a little bit about how sustainability. It is a joint effort. It is about you, us, it's about community, it's about the travelers, it's about all of us. But briefly, as we get into the topic at hand, you know that Visit Lauderdale is not just the city of Fort Lauderdale, although that's included, but it is all of what we know as Broward County, or at least a big chunk of it, because Broward County is developed, or the urban area is mostly a third of the county. Then everything out to the west is still fairly undeveloped, and it's the headwaters of the Everglades. But you have the Atlantic Ocean on the east, Everglades in the west, and tons of waterways all throughout the destination, which really that's why we really say that we have or we enjoy water culture here. Our water defines us because we're always surrounded by it. So whether the east, west, north or south, you could always be doing things in, under the water. Whether it be night or day, you can be enjoying water activities. And as I said, not just you have the ocean and the Everglades and the ocean, but also the city of Fort Lauderdale alone enjoys close to 300 miles of navigable waterways. This, in fact, this picture you see here is it's a park in Hollywood. So you have not just in Fort Lauderdale, but from north to south, from Deerfield Beach in the north, Pompano Beach, Hillsborough Beach, Lauderdale by the Sea, Fort Lauderdale, Dania Beach, Hollywood Beach, Hallandale Beach. You have navigable waterways all throughout the destination. And speaking of beaches, there are 23 miles of sun-soaked, beautiful sand beaches from Hallandale Beach in the north all the way up to Deerfield Beach, Hallandale Beach in the south, Deerfield Beach in the north.
Gabe, I'm going to interrupt you for 2
Yes, ma'am.
seconds. Anybody that is on our private Facebook group for the travel agent graduates, we have some beautiful imagery from a helicopter ride that we did with that fam trip. And it really looked just like this image here. I just had to share that because it was beautiful just to see all that greenery.
Thank
And
you. No filter, people. No filter. This is the way it looks. We we were so glad to have that fam and so glad to be doing fams again. We were blessed with beautiful weather. So I don't know from where you are connecting, but here in South Florida, we have gorgeous skies, temperate temperatures right now. The seas are 76 degrees. So it's just lovely. And in fact, I would very much like to be in the water like this picture right now. But again, talking about sustainability, I want you to know that it is that it is an effort that is taking place at every level here in not just in Visit Lauderdale, but from the state on down. So we have initiatives that are at the state of at the level of Florida State with the Florida Green Lodging Program. We have initiatives that are at the county level. So Broward County has several goals and guidelines in terms of sustainability regarding urban growth and water conservation and resource management and waste management and energy efficiencies. And then that also goes down into each municipality. So the city of Fort Lauderdale has a sustainability program. The city of Hollywood has one. Deerfield Beach has one. Pompano Beach has one. And then within that, properties, partners, businesses also participate, and then they take their own initiative to work this concept of sustainability. So one of those parts, when I was researching to put together this webinar, I was speaking with the city of Fort Lauderdale about their sustainability program, and there was one hotel property that they kept mentioning that they said there was an example of implementing some measures to really make a difference and have an impact. And it is the Hilton Fort Lauderdale Beach Resort. They kept bringing it up because of all the things that they're doing in the property. So Thomas, if you could join us, we do thank you for hosting our fam last night. Everybody was very much impressed with your property. Beautiful, beautiful place right on the beach. So here's Thomas Park.
Thank you very much. Hilton for years has taken sustainable travel very, very serious. We operate as a company in 114 countries. We have over 1 million room nights somewhere in the world. So individually, we impact a lot of communities, and no different than Fort Lauderdale. As a community hospitality industry, we operate somewhat like a vertical city, where in many cases we generate our own power. We have windmill turbines, we have living walls, we live near the ocean. So we're very conscious as to what we use in terms of packaging, what the guests either touch, carry away, or throw away. We use literally no plastic. We look at all containers, and in terms of guest rooms, it's really minimalized in terms of contact, really so that we can provide a real clean, sustainable travel for the guest. It also goes into the food preparation, food waste. We operate 4 restaurants. We have laundry. We watch how we operate all this heavy equipment that uses a lot of power. This does not go unnoticed. As a company, Hilton, we get graded twice a year in terms of our sustainability, over 150 different points of how we operate our building. So it's been very proactive. Do we do everything perfect? No. We realize that in many ways we've got a lot more to go. It was great for that poll earlier that 59% think that it's been an increase. We do too. We see that now coming out of COVID, there's a whole new attitude or approach to, how can we make it better? So we have been very busy putting living wall plants to add more fresh air filtration in some of our public spaces, utilizing when we do wash and dryers that use a lot of power, using it off hours, changing things to LCD or LED lighting whenever possible, on and on and on. How we dispense and remove soap that guests have used or not used, and have to convert that into more sustainable somewhere else in the world. So I could go on for about another 15 minutes in terms of all the things that we do, but we are really changing how we approach every day in terms of food waste, carbon footprint, what goes into the ocean, what doesn't go into the ocean, what goes in the trash, things, the packaging that comes into our building. What do we do with a stack of pallets that have come in from supplies, and trying to reuse everything that comes into the building and leaves in a different way.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Thomas. And I really, first of all, I love the property, but want to make sure that we cover any detail that we might ask later. Tom, do we have all the details for our questions, a quiz that might come up later?
We do operate an all-suite property. For those who don't know, Fort Lauderdale Hilton, we have 374 suites. It's all ocean view. It's residential grade. We're actually a condo hotel. We opened in 2007 when really the beach community was just beginning to reinvent themselves. We have new neighbors that have grown up around us, and we're all very conscious of what precious the ocean in front of us is about. So again, 374 total rooms. It's 26 stories. We operate 4 restaurants. We have a spa. We do beach services every day. And at any given point, we have over 700, 800 guests in and out of the property. And for those interested, most ever since I'd say Valentine's Day, we've been running almost 100% occupancy. So somehow out of COVID, Fort Lauderdale has kind of bounced back in a big way.
That's right. That's right. Thank you so much. And folks, the suites are spacious enough that we were able to host the FAM closing dinner last night in one of the suites. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's true. And for that, we kind of wowed them a little bit in some of our cocktails and some of our desserts that we did.
Right. And I unfortunately I wasn't there, but I heard about a chocolate dessert, which we will have to talk about that at some point. But thank you so much.
It's a sustainable dessert.
One of the best I've ever had, I just have to say. And I started the diet as of today because, you know.
Yeah, last night. And Caitlin, if you could back up one slide, I just wanted to mention one more thing, folks. Some of these programs that I mentioned before at the state level, county level, and even municipality and city level, they're very extensive in their description, and sometimes they even go into a little bit of a legal language because they have to be done by legislation. So feel free to, Caitlin, if you can put that slide real quick. Folks, you can feel free to Google those are the actual names of the sustainability programs at each level, state, county, and city. So I didn't want to put the websites on there because that'd be too confusing. But if you take a snapshot of that, and you can feel free to Google those programs and then read about them. They're very, very extensive. And again, sometimes it gets a little bit dry because it involves legislation language, because it has to be done like that. But so you see how we're doing it at the public, on the public side of things, and then the private side of things with things like the Hilton Fort Lauderdale Beach is doing great job at the Hilton Fort Lauderdale Beach. So moving on, we have, so as you know, this series has been about stay, play, and dine. So where to stay, what to do, and where to eat. In terms of what to do, we saw this name at a park, and we contacted them, and we're so happy to have connected with you ladies at Heal the Planet. because I know you're doing a ton of work, you're doing a ton of things. And folks, you selling great Visit Lauderdale, these are plenty of activities that will enrich your customers' experience here, and something that they will be able to take home when they go back. So Noelia and Megan, please tell us a little bit more about Heal the Planet.
Well, first of all, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. We are super excited to see how Heal the Planet is participating in something so important for us, which is sustainability. I'm so proud of Thomas' work and to see how we all come together for the same reason, make a better planet than we have, found. Unfortunately, a lot of the things that we are addressing now had never been addressed. And one of the biggest one, as we all know, is about plastic pollution, right? So Heal the Planet is a nonprofit organization founded here in Florida. And our mission is to educate children and adults about the power of our choice, right? As a traveler, we do have opportunities to be more sustainable. And we're here to support you, and we're here to give you some tips to make that happen. So in Broward, we have a lot of different things that we do. We do beach cleanups. We do Cider Park programs, which Megan will soon share with you. And one of the things that we also have is something called 100 Ways to Heal the Planet. So if you go to www.healtheplanet.com, you will see over 100 ways that you can heal our planet. From, I know Thomas mentioned about food waste. That's a big one. We also talk about the noise pollution. So a lot of details you're going to be able to find in 100 Ways to Heal the Planet. Then we created the Conscious Buyer. So these are companies that are conscious about how to make the products and how to source the products to you. That's something that we also encourage you to look at. And we have our biggest event coming up. It's Heal the Planet Day. And you will be able to register by using the picture in the handout. You have a QR code. You can put your phone and just register. It's free. We have activities all day from 10 to 4. We have Brian Clement is from Hippocrates. He's our guest speaker. And we're going to have all conscious vendors, healthy foods. And it's going to be, a great moment for you to learn about composting, food forest, how to grow your own food, about recycling. We have everything for you to live Heal the Planet Day with new things in your, either a brochure or maybe a handout and things that you can take with you, right? So hopefully if you're watching this video, you're here on April 25th to join us at Heal the Planet Day at Cider Park. So we're gonna quickly, I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna have karate classes, Tai Chi, yoga. We're gonna have speakers, live music, food trucks, vendors that are gonna be selling healthy food. So it's gonna be a fun day. And Heal the Planet, it's all about education, and it's all about inspiring and creating awareness about how we can make this place a better planet. So I'm gonna have Megan now speak a little bit about what we do.
Greetings, dear friends. Happy Earth Day. My name is Megan. I grew up here in South Florida, so I'm really grateful to hear about what you were sharing previously, Thomas, about our beaches and taking care of our beaches. And what I do with Heal the Planet is I am a whole systems educator. So I work in Cider Park. I'm wondering if that's the park that you guys saw our sign in. And we're located right by the Fort Lauderdale airport, and we do all sorts of wonderful programs. So being that this is for travel, we wanted to just share a couple of tips that you guys can use, that you can share with your clients to create a more sustainable and regenerative experience when you visit our wonderful place that we are lucky enough to live in. So Noelia didn't mention this, but she runs our beach cleanup. So do you want to say a brief word on our beach
Yes,
cleanup?
Thank you. So the second and fourth Saturday of every month, we are in collaboration with the city of Fort Lauderdale, and you can come from 8 to 11 to do beach cleanup. So if you're traveling and you happen to be in a second or the fourth Saturday of the month, look for us. We're gonna be there. Just, you know, register. We'll give you the picker and the bucket, and then you're free to go.
Yeah, this is a great practice. And even if you aren't here on those dates, something I like to do every time I go to the beach is enjoy the beach. And then as I'm walking back towards the parking lot, just picking up a couple pieces of trash along the way and then putting it into the recycling or putting it into the trash. If you're here on the second Sunday or fourth Sunday of every month, you can join us in Cider Park for our nature tours and workshops. We give out service hours there as well. And our nature tours are so much fun. They really give you a better understanding of our bioregion and of our place. Because a lot of times when you come to Fort Lauderdale, maybe you're in downtown, you're in the city. That's what a lot of people see when they see our place. But there is so much more life all around us that is here to enjoy too. So Cider Park is one of the city's last tropical hardwood hammocks that we tour through. We have an edible garden there, a butterfly garden, and our tropical food forest and an orchard that we just planted last year. So a cool thing that is different about Florida and our place is all the wonderful plants that we get to grow. We're coming into mango season now, so if some of your visitors are coming, definitely keep your eyes on the trees. We grow things like papaya in the park. I just was pulling off some Everglades tomatoes here. These are perennial tomatoes that will grow through almost the summer, but you'll learn that we're kind of reversed in our growing patterns here. We only have a minute left. I have so many cool things to show you guys. This is a loofah. A lot of times people think sponges come from the sea, but they actually come from inside of this little plant right here. Pumpkins, we got it all. So yeah, so we wanted to share a little bit on composting. Thomas was mentioning food waste. And when we start to realize that waste is just a resource out of place, we can really harness that energy. So I work with a local 4-H club where you can come drop off your food scraps. Or I was just traveling up to Gainesville recently. I was staying in an Airbnb and there was some nice woods behind it. And I just saved my organic matter and put that into the woods, buried it. Composting is very simple. You can visit Heal the Planet's website. We have a wonderful series that really demystifies the whole process and helps you to keep that waste out of the landfill. And that's a great way to offset your travel impact when you come to our place. Yeah. And yeah, so Heal the Planet Day is coming up. We hope to see you guys this weekend. It's going to be so much fun. You'll learn all sorts of things and have a better understanding of what it is that we do here. So thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, ladies. Quick question though. The Heal the Planet Day, you're saying, is it for folks who are local, or will there be a way to join via webcast?
Not yet. We haven't been set up that because we have to almost wait last minute for this event. Because of COVID, a lot of the events, actually we're one of the biggest events really happening after COVID. So a lot of the things that we could, offer in the future, we don't have it, virtually this time.
Understand. But we do have some agents that do connect from nearby. May not necessarily be Broward, but there's some in Broward, some in Palm Beach, some in Miami-Dade County. So people from around the area.
And we do offer great online programs too. Tonight on Earth Day, we have a food forest design workshop at 6 p.m. If you're interested, it's on our website, healtheplanet.com. Nice. I'll be teaching.
Okay.
Gabe, I was going to say you or I might need to go and put some live videos there because it sounds pretty fun.
I mean, you'll be a lot of people are going to enjoy that for sure. We have over 100 people for tonight. We're so excited, for the Zoom that Megan's going to host today.
Excellent. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you. Happy Earth Day.
As you can see, folks, this is, sustainability is not a one organization job. It's not a one-person job. It's everybody working together. So I'm so glad to see that our community has come together. And speaking of coming together and speaking of not being a one-person job, here in Visit Lauderdale, something amazingly wonderful happens every year during a particular season. And I want Melissa to tell us a little bit more about that. Melissa, it's all yours.
Thank you so much, Gabriel. And I do want to thank the Fort Lauderdale CBB so much for allowing me to come and present and be the voice of the turtles today. I can't even tell you how many locals I encounter during our beach patrols that really don't know that some of the activities and some of the things that they're doing when they're on the beach are actually harmful to the turtles. So I appreciate this opportunity to give some education and just shed some more light on the plight of the sea turtles, who I like to say, if we want to go to my first slide, we like to say that sea turtles are actually the original locals. Sea turtles are one of the most ancient of the reptiles in the world. They date back from pre-dinosaur times, and Broward County is a critical nesting habitat for 3 different species of sea turtle, and all 3 of them are listed by what's called the sites for their either threatened, endangered, or critically endangered in the wild. So this is a very unique situation here where you have an urbanized setting, but the beaches are empirical to their survival. So nesting season happens. We are in the midst of it early in the nesting season, which happens from May to October. And there is a state law that requires that coastal lighting be turned off or reduced during nesting and hatching season. And by reduced, we mean either off completely or using red or amber lights. That's because artificial lights negatively impact sea turtle behavior in a few ways. Number one, a female sea turtle who's coming ashore, who could be anywhere from 250 to over 700 pounds, who is used to being entirely weightless, is going to have to come out, search for a suitable nesting habitat, and if it's too bright, if it's too loud, if there are people on the beach, she will not nest. So it negatively affects her ability to reproduce. As for the babies, when they emerge from the sand, they're actually genetically, over time, geared to go to the brightest unobstructed horizon, which for millennia was the moon and the stars shining over the surface of the ocean. But now, the brightest unobstructed horizon is the lights of restaurants, hotels, bars, and things like that. So those bright lights cause the hatchlings to go towards the infrastructure and away from the ocean. So my organization that I'm a part of is Sea Turtle Oversight Protection. We are an all-volunteer 501c3 organization. We were established in 2007 because our founders were bearing witness to all of these turtles ending up into the roadway and dying. So we have, our goal is to mitigate hatchling mortality, raise awareness, and also change the landscape of coastal Fort Lauderdale during nesting season. We do operate under permission, permits, and guidelines from the Florida Wildlife Conservation Commission. So our work is professional, and the data that we collect is part of the data that is used to conserve these species moving forward. And we're kind of a crazy crew. We operate at night when the sea turtle nesting activity is happening. So our patrols happen from sunset to sunrise. We're essentially out there from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. every night during sea turtle season. We drink a lot of coffee and we don't sleep. And to date, we're so proud to say that we've rescued, in our hands, have rescued over 280,000 hatchlings that would have otherwise died had we not been present. So as far as what you can do, these are just some lessons. As I mentioned in the beginning of the presentation, most often the people we encounter during our patrols don't know that what they're doing is wrong. So we're out there to also educate the visitors and the locals that are on the beach. What we ask during May to November is that you stay off the beach after dark. And I know that's hard to do because night walks are so romantic, but also what we ask is if you're going to be out there in the evening, please be as quiet as you can and no cell phone or bright light use. I can tell you, just being on the beach and walking at night, everyone turns on their flashlights so they can see where they're going, but those lights are so bright. And if a mama turtle wants to come and nest and sees all those lights from all of those people, she will not come ashore. And just for your reference, it is illegal to approach a nesting female turtle. The distance that is regarded as safe is 50 feet away. And as I mentioned, no flashlights, no photography should be used. Any kind of light will affect their behavior. And when you're on the beach, whether it's sea turtle season or not, we do ask you to, as my partners from Heal the Planet spoke about, always, even if it's not yours, just grab up that trash, any kind of plastic or inorganic matter that can be swept into the ocean and be a death trap for any kind of marine life. But also it can be down in the nest, and we've had sea turtles trapped in fishing line underneath the sand because it was something that was not picked up and taken with them. Also, if you are on the beach between May and November, please remove beach furniture and fill in those holes everyone likes to dig, because those are death traps for hatchlings. When they crawl up and emerge at night, they'll fall into those pits and then they can't get out. So please go ahead and take those extra steps. We do operate a 24/7 sea turtle hotline. This is 365 days a year, because we do have other times of the year that are not nesting. We do have turtles that are living and foraging all around the Florida coast, and sometimes they strand. They're injured and they get washed up to shore. So if you are witnessing turtle harassment, you see a stranded turtle, or you see hatchlings on the beach, immediately call our 24/7 hotline that's listed there. Put it in your contact list, and we will be dispatching someone immediately to address the situation. And wherever you are, reuse, repurpose, and recycle, and use as little plastic as you can possibly do. And the other thing is the contamination that happens in the waterways as a result of fertilizers and cleaning products that you use every day. So please choose organic cleaners and organic fertilizers when you're working in your yard. My partners from Heal the Planet says, you don't have to be here in Florida to heal your planet. You could be in Ohio, you can be in Toronto, you can be in, anywhere in the United States. There's a lake, there's a river, there's a waterway near you, and there are conservation groups that are cleaning up those waterways. What ends up in the lakes, in the rivers, ultimately, eventually ends up in the ocean. So we're going to try to mitigate that. You can also donate to many different conservation groups all around the world, so many groups that are working to heal this planet, and you can follow them on social media and keep up to date for what their issues are around the world. The other thing you can do, I understand that so many of you, all of you are travel advisors, and you're selling Fort Lauderdale all around the year, right? So let's say it's not sea turtle nesting season. Where can people go to learn more about turtles and their life cycle? Listed there are some of our partner conservationists, and they have year-round programs or facilities, so you can see animals that are sea turtles that are undergoing care and treatment because of injuries, of plastic ingestion and things like that. You can actually contribute and learn more about turtles even when you can't see them on the beach. And as far as our organization is concerned, we offer a couple of different programs that you can suggest to your customers that are traveling to Fort Lauderdale. We do, due to COVID, we are only doing private treks right now, and those are available in essentially middle of June to the end of August, and you will actually come with us on our rescue patrols, and you might have the chance of seeing an actual hatch out, the turtles actually emerging from the sand. We have two other programs called Citizen Scientists, where if you actually want to shadow one of our senior staff members like me on the beach for a full week, then you get so much of experience and understanding about what happens out there at night. So if you wanted to do that, maybe you live locally and you just want to come out during the night, you can do that. But then we also have an in-resident Citizen Scientist program. We have a studio apartment just one block from Fort Lauderdale Beach, where you can stay for the week and explore Fort Lauderdale during the day, and then come out on beach patrols with us at night. We also do need full-time volunteers, so if you're looking to get service hours or you want to be part of the solution, you can join us. We also have a shop on our website, which is where you can go to buy sustainable products. We take great care in what we offer there, making sure that they're sustainably sourced and responsibly sourced. So great gifts for someone's birthday who's into the sustainable lifestyle and wants to do something. Again, all the profits go directly to fund our rescue efforts. And throughout the year, we also have several other ways you can contribute. You can name a hatchling, one that we rescue. We will bless it with the name that you designate as we release it into the water. You can actually adopt a nest, and then you have what, maybe 80 or 100 babies that you're responsible for helping us save and rescue. And you can also become a sponsoring member, a reoccurring sponsoring member with us, make a cash donation. All of those things are available on our website that at the bottom of the slide. And also we do encourage you to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We're also on Twitter, and we update what we're doing out on the beach all during the year and some of our statistics at the end of the year. So again, to CVB, thank you so much for allowing me to share very, very briefly what I know about turtles, and hopefully we'll see you out there soon.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much, Melissa, for making the time. And folks, so where you play a part in this is that you may be able to recommend, even sell one of those treks to one of your clients. And guess what? Your clients, you know, they participate. They become a the citizen scientist program. They're moved, and then they'll take action when they get back home. So it's not just a one time and done kind of experience. This is something that you take with you when you return home.
Gabe, I want to interrupt you. You're absolutely right. And I know that I did another FAM, talking about the FAMs, right? We did a FAM a couple of years ago with them, and I took a couple of travel advisors. We were the crazy ones around there around midnight, 1 a.m. looking for the hatchlings. And I still to this day get comments about how special that was. And you know, it really touched them, and I think it will be forever with them because it's so beautiful to see those little hatchlings, and you know, just really eye-opening to see this whole process and what goes on with that. I mean, everything that Melissa was saying is just incredible. All right, that's it for me. I keep on interrupting.
Please do, and if you can deploy this, do we have another poll?
Yes, we do. Let me get this going. All right, let's see.
But here's one thing for those of you. Okay, here we go. So this is something I remember that sustainability, at least in my experience, I used to associate it very much with just environmental protection. But sustainability is a broader term than that. So let us know what you think, what your clients think. The topic of discussion is when we mention sustainability. But here's the thing, it's amazing that you can be in a cosmopolitan, world-class metropolis like Visit Lauderdale, and then do one of these programs, participate in one of the Heal the Planet's events, or do a trek with turtles, and be absolutely moved by experience with wildlife that you're having, you know, almost in the middle of the city, because that's the balance that we strike around here. We do combine. Look at that, all the above. Okay, everybody gets it. Yay! Yes, sustainability is about environmental protection, is about conservation, but it's also about our engagement with the local community. It's also about respecting the local cultures. And one thing I'm very proud, since I joined the bureau here, since I moved to Broward County, to know that from the founding of the city, so Fort Lauderdale was founded right on a fort, where a lady by the name of Stranahan, so Mrs. Stranahan, took it upon herself to educate the local tribes. So from the very beginning, the founders of this place have tried to respect and embrace the local community, what existed there. And so very proud. If you get to see that, you know, enjoy some of the historical tours that we do here, you'll learn about that. But as we're drawing this series, this Stay, Play, and Dine series to a close, we wanted to recall some of the things that we have done before. So in terms of hotels, these are all hotels that you have seen in previous episodes, but they all touched on their sustainability program. So for example, we heard about this Sonesta Fort Lauderdale in the Tasty Traveler episode, which you can see on our website or on YouTube. The Ritz-Carlton Fort Lauderdale, also in the Tasty Traveler show, mentioned their sustainability program. Marriott Harbor Beach, which was the wellness episode. the Dalmar in downtown Fort Lauderdale in the Unexpected Fort Lauderdale or Visit Lauderdale episode, Hotel Marin in the What's New and On the Horizon episode, Hyatt Centric in the Unexpected show, the Plunge Beach Hotel in the Couples Travel show, and all the way back to season 1, episode 1, the Riverside Hotel in the Fort Lauderdale as a legacy destination show. You can go back and watch all of those. So moving on, another thing that perhaps you do not associate with Visit Lauderdale is that we can be now, more precisely, we are a diving capital of the Americas. And so to tell us more about Shipwreck Park, right off the coast of Pompano Beach, here's Lydia Gorzellini from the city of Pompano. Lydia, take it away.
Good afternoon, everyone. Pompano Beach is the shipwreck capital of Florida. There are 18 shipwrecks off our shores off Pompano Beach. Some are a result of natural disasters. However, others were intentionally sunk to create artificial reefs, which are very colorful and interesting to explore. The vision of Shipwreck Park is to create artificial reefs that preserve our natural and coral reef system by creating a unique underwater park. This results in fabulous diving experiences. In July of 2016, we sunk the Lady Luck, a 324-foot tanker ship as big as a football field, just 1 mile off Pompano Beach, east of the Fisher Family Pier in 100 feet of water. This is one of the biggest contributions to Florida's artificial reef system and is most easily accessible dives in the country. It's really easy to get to. This ship was bought in New York City, and we towed it down to the Miami River, where it was stripped, cleaned, and inspected by federal, state, and county authorities to ensure that an environmentally friendly vessel was ready for sinking. This ship has a casino-themed deck with a poker table whose dealer is a shark. The Lady Luck statue anchors the ship. There are dice and slot machines on it. We had a worldwide coverage for sinking of this ship in real time. It's an experience to view, and if you go on shipwreckparkpompano.org, you can see the sinking in real time. And I suggest that all of you go on the website and watch the sinking. It's something fabulous to see. On a yearly basis, there is an underwater poker tournament on the ship. It's something unique for the dive community and the only one in Florida. In August of 17, we sunk the Okinawa, a 100-foot tugboat, which lies between the pier and the Lady Luck in 70 feet of water. It has a unique interactive art exhibit, including a dive bar and a mermaid. And this is the actual mermaid that you see on the screen on the Okinawa. And it creates all kinds of opportunities for all types of marine growth. The intent of Shipwreck Park is to continue to add art to both of these two ships in conjunction with the city's public art department, and to keep enhancing these reefs for future visitors to the county and to the state. And we have recently added 2 pieces of art, 1 to each ship, and we'll continue to do so in the future. So I suggest, if anybody wants more information, please contact Caitlin and we will send you information on that as well. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Lydia.
Thank you,
Now,
Lydia.
Gabe, I'm interrupting again because that's the kind of day we're at.
Yes.
Now, also going back on this fam, you
Yes.
you drew the lucky ticket.
I'm itching to tell.
Okay, good. Tell us, because you learned a lot about this.
That's right. So actually yesterday I had the opportunity to snorkel, not scuba, but I snorkeled right off the coast of Pompano. So we took we chartered a boat, and right next to Lydia's Welcome Center in Pompano, which is right next to 3 fabulous restaurants, the Oceanic, the Beach House, and the Lucky Fish. And we went right by the Hillsborough Inlet. So you go right by the historic Hillsborough Lighthouse, and then you park the boat, you anchor the boat right about 3/4 of a mile off the coast of Pompano Beach. And there we snorkeled over the SS Copenhagen. So it was a coal cargo ship that sunk at the beginning of last century, and it's a very large ship, and it goes from about 30 meters deep to about 27 feet. So it's you can see a lot of the ship. You can see the ribs, you can see the anchor, you can see some of the compartments that all broke up. Then we snorkeled for about an hour there. Water was 76 degrees, just perfect. It was sunny outside, I can't tell you. And then you move the boat a little bit further north, and then you anchor near a reef. And so the way it works here in Pompano is that you have about 3 lines of reef. So there's the shore, there's a reef, a ledge, another reef, a ledge, and another reef. So you can actually swim from the ocean, from the shore, and get to some of these reefs. Getting to the shipwrecks is a little bit farther out, so I would not recommend swimming straight to them because it's a very long swim, and especially getting back, you'll get tired. But even from the first reef, we saw trumpetfish, parrotfish, sergeant majors, snappers. We saw part of the group saw a nurse shark, and then there was another group that was a little bit farther out. They saw another nurse shark. So talk about the
and
impact.
the dolphins, right? Did you
I
see
was
dolphins?
getting to that.
Sorry.
Yeah. Talk about the impact. So you are you flew into the airport, right? It's a big city. There's buildings. So there's urban areas, right? And yet you get on a boat and you're 20 minutes ride away from a magnificent experience with wildlife. We even saw, talking about reef restoration, which is a huge environmental thing. We saw an endangered species of coral that is coming back off the shores of Broward County, and it's called Staghorn Coral. Very hard to grow. It is growing. It is coming back. So there is some good news about that. And they're happening right here. So you can sell that to your clients. There are so what we did is a very easy dive. It's a very calm snorkel, and then they can drop you off and you can just drift north if you'd want to do that. There's some more technical dives like the Okinawa or the Lady Luck. There's even an oiled rig that was sunk by a hurricane many years ago, and so that you can do, and it's got levels, and it's got all kinds of really fun things if you were a diver. But then on the way back, so we were on the boat on the way back, and we saw a pod of dolphins, and it was about 8 to 12 dolphins. One of them was a baby, and imagine, if it just changes you, right? Every time you see this, you see whether it's hatchlings, a turtle, parrotfish, which is just so mind-blowingly beautiful with so many colors, or a pod of dolphins, you're forever impacted. So folks, you can sell that. That's what happens here every day.
Nice.
So thank you so much, Lydia. I loved Shipwreck Park. I loved it.
So I just wanted to mention that if everybody goes to the city website, PompanoBeachFL.gov, there's a tourist information section, and all the wrecks are listed and all the dives are listed on that site.
Perfect. Sunny.org as well. We updated it to include a whole array of dive information.
Oh, great.
So awesome. Got it. Thank you. All right. What do we have?
So let's see. So we, of course, it's to stay, play, and dine. When it comes to dining, 2 things for you, 2 recommendations this time around. Green Bar and Kitchen is a plant-based restaurant that is also, locally sourced and sustainably grown. So they very much take care of that. They're in Fort Lauderdale. Great menus, things that if you're a vegan, then your diet. But if you're not, you'd be surprised about the things that are completely plant-based that you would not expect. So give them a shot. Recommend them. Really great place. But also the popularity of places, for example, like the Hilton Fort Lauderdale Beach has grown, where you can be in your own in your own suite with your full kitchen, with diningware and cookware. And let's say you want to do that, or your clients want to do that, and they want to cook, and they want to, well, the Harpke Family Farm, not too far from the airport, just a little bit south of the airport in Dania Beach. They are an urban farm, growing all kinds of interesting things. So it's not just leafy greens. There's all kinds of tubers and roots, other than, of course, lettuces and sprouts that you can get there. These folks, their quality is such that they can, they're one of the providers for Burlock Coast, which is the Ritz-Carlton's restaurant, or one of the Ritz-Carlton's restaurants. So, this is good produce, locally grown, fresh, that your clients can pick up and take home or to their suite and use to cook. But also, we have mentioned these other folks before, so you can go back and see some of these episodes. Oceans 234 in the Safe and Clean episode, TRP Tasting Room in the Luxury Travel episode, Vegan Fine Foods in the Black Owned Businesses episode, and Wild Sea and Oyster, going all the way back to the first episode, season 1, episode 1 of this webinar series, the Wild Sea and Oyster at the Riverside Hotel. So we're
we've come a long way, Gabe.
That's right. That's right. It's flown by, but it's been a lot of work. So, all right, let's see what else we have. I think we're coming to a close.
Yeah, it's 3:26.
That's right. I'll wrap it up quickly. So if you've seen one of these, you've seen this slide before. We very early on in the onset of the pandemic, we rolled out this pledge, this commitment from our business, not just tourism and hospitality businesses, but businesses around the county in general, where they would subscribe to 8 principles to make sure that your clients are safe and clean. And there are obvious things like wearing masks, like keeping hand sanitizer available, like training staff, like minimizing contact, and like abiding by CDC guidelines. So that has been in place for a long time. I think we were close to 1,000 businesses who had taken the pledge. For all things travel trade, go to sunny.org/travel-trade, sunny.org/travel-trade. You'll see, for example, you'll see all our webinars. They're in there. You'll see a what's new button that is a brand new button for everything that is all the updates. You'll also see a link to the Travel Agent Academy. If I'm not mistaken, that's the next slide. Travel Agent Academy is our training program. Remember that you get educational credits from taking the academy, and also upon completing, you will be admitted into our private Facebook group. So do that. Next is that we developed a curriculum. Also very early on, we planned about developing it for local schools so that kids growing up in Visit Lauderdale would love the place where they live and they become our first ambassadors. But people from all over the world have been taking this course. So it's classes, elementary and middle school level classes on civics, on geography, on math, several other topics.
Sea turtles.
Pardon?
We have one on sea turtles.
That's right.
Too.
We did one on sea turtles.
Some environmental stuff with cruise ships.
That's right.
Just put that in there for
they
Earth
all
Day.
come back to Visit Lauderdale. So wherever you are, you can take it. Your kids, your nephews, your sons, daughters, they can take it and get excited about traveling to Visit Lauderdale. So make sure to check that out. Also available at sunny.org. And I wanted to close with these 2 things. So coming up, we have an episode on pet-friendly travel, and then lastly, we will close with an episode on Port Everglades and pre and post cruising. Hopefully, we'll have some really good news about that. And I want to say something really quick about that, because our industry tends to be perhaps sometimes maligned because we are an industry-intensive, a resource-intensive industry. But I'll tell you this, there's really good news, even from the cruise industry. Those ships are more efficient than they've ever been. They're more aware than they've ever been. All those companies are working harder than they ever had. All of us together. Like Thomas mentioned it, we may not be perfect, but we as an industry, we have made strides. We have made an impact, and we're doing a lot better than we were. So let's all keep that in mind. That may not be perfect, but we are working and we're pointing in the right direction. We're moving in the right direction. Follow us on all social media. Visit Lauderdale is our consumer-facing handle, Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Leisure Lauderdale is trade focused, so that is for you folks, and that is on Facebook and Instagram. All right, Leisure Lauderdale. So follow us there, and it's time to get some questions. Believe it or not, I've run long. I never do that.
Never. Okay.
I'm never long-winded. I'm always
Well,
quick and to the point.
good thing is we don't have a lot of Q&A today. I think we had a lot of great points and they, were very informative, but we have some comments, hello we have people from Sicily, from Lima, Peru.
Buenos dias.
It's fabulous. Some comments here about maybe awareness is increased with clients, but then when they go on vacation, they forget. It's just kind of like, boom. I think that's a really good point. And, luckily we have these, organizations like Heal the Planet and stuff like that, and that are here in the destination that, are doing things to stay front in mind and things like that with our guests. So we can certainly work on that. And awesome. So, and then one other question about doing local FAMs. And yes, we have good news coming very soon. We are actually partnering with Miss Lydia Gorzolani with the city of Pompano for Pompano Beach educational journey for the first week of May for the National Travel and Tour Week. So more information coming on that. And we'll be rolling out more things as we are just getting out and ending these virtual webinars. We're going to be more creative and doing some more local events. So yes, stay tuned there. And let's do some prizes. Okay, so can we bring Thomas back on? And I think we've got Melissa who has a prize as well, if they're still there. All right, Thomas, thank you so much. So we have everybody, this is how the prizes work. If it's your first time here, we're gonna ask a trivia question and you need to type in your answer on the questions area, okay? So Gabe and I are checking that out. The first to type the correct answer, we will call out your name and we will contact you via email after to redeem your prize. You can only win once. We have some people that, get them right all the time. But let's see. So Thomas's first question, Thomas, do you want to read it or you want me to read out your trivia question?
Go ahead and read it. It's fine.
Okay, so this is for a complimentary 2-night stay in an ocean view 1-bedroom suite with daily breakfast for 2, plus complimentary nightly valet parking. I mean, geesh, that is quite the value. So
I think I'm going to participate in this question.
Hold on. Right, Gabe? Get ready. Get ready to type. All right, the question is, the Hilton Fort Lauderdale Beach Resort has 374 rooms, but how many of them are suites? All right.
Okay.
Look at that. It's like ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, hold on. We got, we got it. That's, oh my goodness, they came so fast.
I think we'll do Jennifer Mayer. Jennifer Mayer.
That's right.
Congratulations. They are all suites.
Sweet. That's right.
Very good. They were paying attention. We only got like 4 wrong ones and many people got it right. So everybody was paying attention.
Nice.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you as well.
All right. The next question is from Melissa, and she is offering a private trek. Amazing. We've got the gift certificate that we will email you. Do you want to ask a question or you want us to?
Go ahead, Caitlin, that's fine.
All right, everybody ready? So when is sea turtle season here in Broward County?
Oh, I know this one. I know it.
Oh God, they're quick again. Everybody's getting it right. All right, and the first one, let's see, I gotta scroll up. The answer is May through October. And the first one, we've got Pia. Pia.
Pia. I know Pia.
Do you?
Jayatalaki.
So thank you for saying that last name. Awesome. Congratulations. And that concludes today.
We
Anybody
got
else?
all our partners back on screen so they can wave goodbye. Thank you so much all for participating. And I don't know if Tracy has any closing remarks. We'll pass it to her.
I just want to give a huge thank you to our partners that presented today. It was so informative, so interesting. Thank you so much, as always, and to all of our advisors as well. Happy Earth Day.
Happy
See
Earth
you guys
Day.
next time.
Yes.
Thank you.
Peace.
Bye.
Thank you all.